We're live in Greensboro for the Sweet 16 matchup between the Gamecocks and Tar Heels.
It might be North Carolina, but tonight, this is Gamecock country.
And I'm Chad Mills, still on the way to Greensboro on a motorcade of buses with hundreds of Gamecock fans. WIS at 5 starts right now.
Investigating the stories that matter to you. Live from Columbia in high definition. This is WIS News 10.
Good afternoon. Glad to have you with us for the news at 5. I'm Megan Norman.
And I'm Ben Tanner. Let's check out some video from earlier today. The rain coming down. We had about a half an inch of rain in most parts of the, I say most, many parts of the Midlands. You can't ever use that broad brush comb because, well, it varies from town to town. Front has now passed us by, starting to see a little clearing as we take our live view up in Newberry County. One or two showers not out of the question the next few hours, but it will clear out overnight, and that has improved the pilot. An eventual high of 58 on Saturday afternoon. That's with plenty of sunshine. Megan, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Ben. One team, one goal. In less than 2 hours, the USC women's basketball team will tip off at the Greensboro Coliseum. The #1 Gamecocks take on the #4 Tar Heels. We've got team coverage for you this afternoon. Rick Henry and Judy Gatson are with those from Gamecock Nation already in Greensboro in garnet and black. Joe Gorcho is at the Coliseum with the game preview. And Chad Mills is on the fan bus to Greensboro. Let's start with Chad.
Well, we are now in North Carolina heading to Greensboro. You can hear this bus. We just stopped at a rest area. Fans in here getting some of their energy back, getting ready for this game, and just a couple hours away as the USC women's basketball team will face off against the UNC Tar Heels. You can hear the excitement in this bus. Let's show you some video from earlier today. 8 charter buses were loaded with fans a couple hours ago in Columbia near Williams-Brice. We're told more than 350 fans are taking the trip. The fans that I've talked to say it's very important that they're there for this rematch. One of them compared it to the narrow victory over Duke earlier this season. He said fans did make a difference in the outcome of that game. They tell me even though they'll probably be getting back in the early morning hours of Saturday, it's all worth it, of course.
I'm really pumped up because we've waited a while for this. We had 2 disappointments, and now I think we're poised to go all the way to Tampa, and that's what all these people are doing here.
Now these USC fans will also get to watch the second game in Greensboro tonight as Arizona State takes on FSU, and of course many of these fans hope that USC will be playing whoever wins that game, and they also hope they'll be taking a bus to Tampa as well. On the road to Greensboro, Chad Mills, WIS News 10.
All right. Thanks, Chad. Looks like a lot of fun and energy on that bus. Our team coverage of the Gamecocks continues with Rick Henry and Judy Gatson in Greensboro. Rick and Judy.
Hey, Megan, there is a lot of energy here at Stamey's Barbecue as well, right across the street from the arena. And I tell you what, Rick, they've been calling this their first NCAA home game away from home because they are really counting on Gamecock Nation to bring it tonight. We've got Chuck Archie here who came in. This is the first time you've traveled on the road. Chuck, what do you love about this team?
It is just awesome. The way that they've done this year, the excitement that Dawn brings with everybody, just all of the girls. It's just awesome, like a big family, and they include all of us in it.
Well, you said you would not have missed this for the world, and you've been getting the crowd pretty fired up in here.
Exactly.
What's going down?
Let's go. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Rick, everywhere you go, all the fans that you ask, they are so proud of this team.
Yeah, they are. They are loud and proud tonight. And you're right, everywhere from Arkansas, Tennessee, to here tonight in Greensboro. The Gamecock fans, yeah, they let us know.
They let us know indeed.
Okay, and also, Judy, tonight we'll see a matchup between a pair of Hall of Fame coaches.
Yes.
Don Staley for USC, Sylvia Hatcher for UNC. They both were inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2013. But some people may be surprised to find out that there's a former Gamecock who has a relative who is an NBA Hall of Famer. I'm talking about Magic Johnson. Now, Magic paid a visit to the Midlands yesterday. He was at South Carolina State University, talking to some students there. And he also talked a little basketball. His sister, Evelyn Sweet E. Johnson, played for the Gamecocks from 1979 to 1983. And she was quite a baller, just like her brother. During her sophomore year, she led the team in scoring, and she was second in rebounding. And even though it's been 32, 33 years since she last played, 32 years, she still ranks 8th on the all-time scoring list.
And people don't know that. My sister, she would have been unbelievable. She blew her knee out, but she came here to the University of South Carolina on a basketball scholarship, and she was like mini Magic. She had the same type of game. She could score, she could assist, and so she is really cheering hard, because if South Carolina makes it to the Final Four, she's going to go and support them.
How about that? If they make it to the Final Four, Evelyn Sweetie Johnson, she's going to be in Tampa cheering on the Gamecocks.
It is so cool to look back at the legacy and the folks who paved the way and set the foundation for the success that they are having right now. I hope we meet her down there in Tampa, Rick.
That would be cool. It really would be.
Awesome.
Okay, now, Joe, he's across the street at Greensboro Coliseum with more. Hey, Joe.
Hey Rick, hey Judy, I'm outside the Greensboro Coliseum where just a little while ago both teams wrapped up their final shoot-around here in preparation for tonight's pivotal Sweet 16 matchup. I had a chance to speak with USC head coach Dawn Staley yesterday about one of the keys entering tonight's showdown against North Carolina, and to me she emphasized the team staying in character. On the floor, that means playing selfless, just like they have all year long. Coach Staley has done a masterful job recruiting top talent and getting that top talent to buy into a team-first philosophy. Let's just look at the numbers. Last season, the top 3 scorers and rebounders saw their production dip. This season, that's okay with them. The girls in the locker room, they're not concerned with individual stats. What matters to them is winning and nothing else. The Gamecocks' improved depth helps contribute to this unselfish style of play. It shows in the numbers. USC ranks 12th in the nation in assists per game compared to being 89th in that category a year ago. They're sharing the ball more and knocking down more open shots. Carolina really feels like they are a much better basketball team than they were at this time last year when they lost to North Carolina in the Sweet 16.
We're a more dynamic team. We're deeper than what we were last year. Everybody worked on, things that they needed to work on.
Last year we were kind of one-dimensional and it was really easy to play us. This year I think we have a lot more to throw at North Carolina than what we did last year.
They are so balanced and, with all the kids playing and everything like that. So, I just think the depth and then their size, there's no doubt that Asia Wilson has added a lot to their team.
I think our players feel loose. They are really confident, in themselves, and they should be, because we've had a successful season. If we do those things that created that success, I think we can be successful.
And one of those things which they've done well against most opponents all year, with the exception of UConn, is controlling the tempo. Going to be very important, Rick and Judy, because North Carolina likes to play an up and down game, and we'll get into more about that part of the matchup tonight when I return. But for now, let's go back to the fans. Rick and Judy, I know you guys are having a great time out there.
We are, Joe. The fans are ready for this game coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. They're getting a little barbecue here at Stamey's coming up a little later. We're going to get Rick's prediction for the game tonight. Think about that, Rick. Put some pressure on him and see.
Yeah, I'm glad you gave me some advance notice.
A little heads up. The border battle is on. Tip-off at 7 o'clock tonight. Much more of our team coverage coming up right here on WIS News 10. Megan, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Judy, Rick, and, of course, Joe. Now, WIS is your source for all Gamecock news. We are on the road with the team, and we'll stay on the road with them until the very end. You can head over to our website, WISTV.com, for all the latest updates and reporter stories on the USC women's basketball team. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock tonight on ESPN. The winner of tonight's game will advance to play on Sunday at noon. Coming up on the news at 5, a man accused in the 2011 murder of a Lexington County man pleads guilty. Today in court, prosecutors released a timeline of events and for the first time, a motive for the murder. Details ahead.